I was in the Army at 65, stationed in France. I saw a Time magazine article which showed people, a whole bunch of people sitting with suits on, all men, in New York at a meeting of the Managing Society. And I said, gee, if I ever end up there, I'm definitely going to join that organization. And I went there. I didn't join that organization because there was nothing happening as far as I could see. I joined the West Side Discussion Group, which was a homophile group. Homophile simply because a lot of the people in it didn't want to be called homosexuals, and so they were friends of homosexuals. And it was a very good organization, about maybe 30 or 40 people, men and women. They'd get together every week and discuss a topic. It was in 1969, probably the beginning of, or the middle part of the end of July. It was originally called the Managing Action Committee, right after the Stonewall riots. And basically that meant that they gave us the use of their mimeograph machine and nothing else, just that. So I believe there were 7 of us, and we used the machine, had a demonstration. I guess it was a couple months after that it became called Gay Liberation Front. GLF was just a group of people, each one of who was doing what they thought was important. And it existed as long as they thought it was important, and it stopped existing after it. So I didn't bring anything to the organization. I did what I needed to do and helped people that I could help, and got helped by people I could get helped by. People who had ideas and concepts which were different found a place where they could suddenly come together and meet. It was so incredible to meet people who actually wanted to go out on the street with a sign and say, I am gay. I mean, Gay Liberation Front did cause me to go out and do a lot of things that I wouldn't have done before. For instance, we gave talks at high school. The single most wonderful thing about GLF was that I met really wonderful people. To me, there are 3 stages of GLF. The first one was liberation, just a great joy that we had. And that went on until after I lived in a commune for about a year. You know, there are 5 of us living together, 3 men and 2 women, and it was really nice. And that was what we would call the commune period, and that was wonderful. Then the second period was the collective period, and that's when consciousness raising came along, when we would get in groups and try to raise our consciousness. Still a wonderful learning period, but the joy was gone. It was a learning period. It was effort. It was a struggle to overcome ourselves and our limitations. No, I guess it was important. And then the third period was what I call the decay period, which was the doctrinaire period, where happiness was not the goal, but correctness was the goal. The pursuit of happiness is most important, not the pursuit of anger or hatred or exclusiveness. It's really hard to say how I would have continued without GLF, because I'm a very independent person, really thinking very different than almost anybody that I know. I don't know how I could have lived and been a happy person without the realization that there were other people like that. You know, the reason my art all has such an oriental flair to it was that when I was 12 years old, I spent some time, well, 10 months in Japan, because that's where my parents were in the Air Force. I'm very lucky. At 48, I've actually never lived any place that I haven't enjoyed living or done anything for any time more than a day or 2 that I haven't enjoyed doing. Right now I'm trying to concentrate on the painting of original works, because I'm hoping that I'll be successful with that. If not, well, then I'll at least have made some very beautiful things.